Hello and welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to a video all about nutrition. So why am I sat here talking about nutrition? Well, first of all, I do YouTube, so everything is a video. And second of all, probably similar to a lot of you guys and girls, over the last few years in triathlon, I feel like I've tried just about every brand of nutrition, different form of chews, bars, gels, blocks, all of that. I feel like I've done it all, some with success and some without success. But a constant throughout that is that I've always really struggled on the run of a triathlon, both in terms of actually running and secondly in terms of needing a toilet stop, and needing a toilet stop that you can't just do in a tree, which obviously adds a bit of time onto your event. It's a bit uncomfortable, and if you're a couple of miles from a portaloo, not great. So I thought about using this time this summer while we've got less events, or no events as the case may be, to focus on trying different nutrition strategies, because if something doesn't go right, well, it's not the end of the world because I'm not doing an event. So the first brand I'm going to try, a brand that was recommended to me by a friend, is Tailwind. Now, I'm going to preface this video by saying it's not sponsored at all. They've not sent me anything for free. I've paid full retail price for these products, and that's what I'm going to do for each of these different brands that I'm going to test, because then I can be completely unbiased and I can sit here and tell you my honest experience with the product and not feel obliged to say they're good when they're not. But that said, just because it works for me doesn't mean it works for you. So I'd also urge you to try something before going and buying a load based on mine or anybody else's recommendation, in fact. So what did I buy? So from Tailwind, I bought for £22-ish delivered, basically like a trial pack, which is a really good sort of structure. So it's like I got 8 packets of carb mix and 2 packets of recovery mix. So these are basically one serving. So one pouch is 50 grams. You put it in a bottle of between 500 and 750 ml. And that is it, 50 grams of carbs in it. So, and that is it. So you get one like with each flavour. So we've got raspberry, lemon, orange, cola, tropical, and so on. A good broad range. You also get 2 recovery sachets as well, like protein mix. Why was I drawn towards Tailwind? So I'm a plant-based eater and everything at Tailwind is vegan, so it just made sense to me that I didn't have to pick a couple of products from one thing and a couple of products from another. Everything is suitable. So when you purchase something from Tailwind, they ask you online what your next event is. I think this is really good. Obviously, they're trying to add the personal touch to it, so they send you a couple of leaflets about the product when you receive it. Then you also get a little handwritten card as well from the person who's put the package together. And also I put in there that my next event was IronMan Wales, because it was happening at the time, or not happening, I can't remember. You know, and the guy's put a nice note in there and put his name at the bottom and put IronMan ×5. So you know that this product is coming from people who have done these sorts of events. So anyway, less waffle, let's get my face out of the way and let's get testing. So I thought, where better to test my new nutrition than the place that causes me so much pleasure yet so much pain? No, it's not the dungeon at home, it is the Peak District. Out for a long ride. I've got 4 bottles with me because it is a very long ride. All different flavours, some caffeinated, some not, so it's a bit of a lottery. I'm picking up random bottles and trying to guess which flavour it was. I'm just testing it really. I mean, maybe going all in on 4 bottles is a bit extreme, but I haven't got any other nutrition left, so the decision was made for me. Anyway, I'm only an hour into the ride, so I've not really had much yet, so I'll report back when I'm a bit more fatigued. So I'm 2 hours into my ride. I know Tailwind is vegan friendly, so you're okay, you can have some if you like. Yeah, just dipping in and out the flavours. Feel good already. I've had a little bit of solid food as well, so I'm not fully reliant on it, but yeah, it seems to be settling well on the stomach, and that's worth a lot in itself, isn't it? No, not yours. Now 3.5 hours into my ride. I've had some solid food as well, because why not, picnic. I've gone through 1 whole bottle of the cola. I don't think it's my favourite flavour. I have it and I think, oh, that's all right. But then I try another bottle, I'm like, oh, that's better. So maybe that's just not the correct flavour for me, but it's certainly not caused me any discomfort yet. I'm not allowed to go for any bush stops. I don't know, the only thing is about having different bottles and all these different flavours, I don't know which one's which. So I've just had this, well, started the next bottle. Tastes lovely. Might be tropical, might be citrus, not sure. I'll tell you what, it is a good job that Tailwind aren't paying me to do this review. So I'm down to my last 2 bottles now, 5 hours into the ride, finished 2 bottles, 2 to go. The last 2 I've got left, I think they're both tropical, but they can't be because I've only got 1 tropical sachet, and the one that I just finished I thought was tropical. They all just taste a bit lemony and a bit fruity. They're all nice, so I won't be able to tell you which one I'm going to order like a bigger bag of. I might have to do another like trial set or something. Anyway, I'm going to work out. One of them tastes a bit plainer than the other, so I think when I get back I'm going to need to assess the packets and decide what I think is what. Melissa's also got the orange one, so I look forward to hearing what she has to say when she gets back. Now I'm feeling tired, but you know, no amount of superhuman juice is going to stop you feeling tired, but no bonking, just so I've got plenty of energy, just keep sipping little and often. Just trying the Tailwind chocolate protein recovery. At first taste you think, that's a bit weird, but I think it's weird because I'm used to having the same thing all the time. This is slightly different. You've got to give it a few sips, give it a bit of time, so it's all right, I think, it's all right. Bit more Tailwind testing today. So you get one of these sachets per like serving. You can mix it between 500ml and 750ml of liquid. But the guidance online is if you're going to be like going far, you can mix it stronger if you needed. So I'm doing like a race pace effort today on the bike. It's going to be about 2.25, 2.5 hours maybe. So, and it's quite cool outside, a bit drizzly. So I'm not really going to be drinking loads. So a fluid only nutrition is great if it's warm and hot and you're drinking loads of it because you're getting all that in. But I don't think I'll actually go through a huge amount of fluid today. So I'm going to prep like what I'd do in a race. I suppose that's the best way to test nutrition. So I'm going to put 2 of these into a 500ml bottle, see how strong it is, see how like drinkable it is, and that should help me get the carbs in. There's 50 grams of carbs in each pouch, so if I was just put one of these in a bottle, yes, 50 grams is great if you're going through a bottle an hour or a bottle and a bit an hour, but if I'm using that bottle for 2 hours or so, that's not really enough. So I've got a lemon flavour and a naked flavour. I think the naked flavour just keeps it like water taste, so it should just taste like lemon in my mind. Let's see how it goes. So there we go, 2 sachets in 500ml of water. I have just tried it, I'm not going to make you watch me like drink. You can tell that there's a lot of stuff in it, so it sometimes tastes a little bit, like it's lemony, so it's a bit bitter, but like it feels a bit thicker than water, so you can tell that it's not quite just a normal fluid, but then it has got double the recommended amount in it, so you know I'm gonna taste that. So it was okay though. I've had a couple of swallows if I was like drinking it at pace, and it seems to be okay, so I'm probably going to stop carbing up now until I get on the bike. So I've done my little bike ride now, finished my bottle of Tailwind. That was brilliant. Lemon was quite refreshing. The naked obviously didn't add any more flavour to it. You could taste that, I don't know how to describe it. Sometimes I think it tastes a little bit slimy. I'm not sure if that's the right word or not. But it's just when you first hit your mouth, you're like, oh, that's a bit weird. But then it's actually okay. And it didn't make me feel ill at all. Obviously, it was double strength. So if it was a time for it to go wrong, it should have been then. Absolutely fine. So I've done 2.5 hours on my bike. Pretty hard intensity. I had a gel before I started and then just used this throughout. And I felt strong throughout. I know you can't put it down to this. I mean, it also helps that I'm quite fresh and I've been training. I didn't ride outside my zones and whatever, but really impressed with that. So yeah, maybe Tailwind's the way forward. I think I'm going to get some more ordered because I lost track of the flavours on the first test round when I just put them all in different bottles. But yeah, so far so good. So there we go then. There's a little insight into my first experience of using Tailwind nutrition, and more specifically using a more fluid-based nutrition strategy. I've definitely tested it on the bike. I feel like I'm comfortable with it on a long ride, comfortable with it on a shorter and a bit more intense ride. I've not tested it running yet. I need to do some brick runs. I need to do some run sessions with it and so on. So I'm going to order another one of those starter packs because, as you've seen, I didn't quite keep track of what flavour I was drinking when, so not the best test. But I'm going to do that again, more specifically with running, and see how it goes. So on the whole, I think yes, I definitely would use that on the bike, and hopefully it works for me running as well. But if there's any nutrition tips you guys have got, you want to see me test anything specific, excuse me, too much of that Tailwind. You want to see me test anything specific, or if you've got any recommendations, please let me know down below. But I'm also just keen to emphasise, this has worked for me, it might not work for you, but what can you do other than give it a go? So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video.